Okay, so the next phase of this mod on this tank here is done. Luckily I got actually these parts in really quick. I like going to this guy on Rebrickable. He's really close by and he gets his stuff out fast. I mean, this basically I put an order in and it basically came in almost like the next day. So yeah, practically I put it in at night, shipped it one day, and then it was there the next day. So really fast. So just take a closer look at this and see, I got some pieces here that make it look like, there's like these pistons or this shocks or something inside here, like how it should be. Now I can't get the angle exactly 100%, like that, angled down like that between the front and back. It's just the way that these pieces of the tank tread are. This has to come out a certain way, and there's only so much clearance here. So, but for the most part, it looks the part. You're not going to really be able to, unless you look directly from the side, and you're really looking at it. You're not going to be able to really immediately hone in on that. The angles are slightly different. From most angles, you can't really see both front and back ones. You should see what I mean. So not a big deal, but I think just adding this in just helps make it a little bit more accurate and just that grouping in detail. Um, just to fill in this space here. Before it was just very a lot more open, and they use these black parts, so you don't really see much. So, and it shouldn't be this dark in here. There should be some more. I don't know, just more fillers. And just so you can see what's going on here, there's a stud on the bottom, like kind of behind, I guess closer to, actually behind this one up here. There's in the far back of the structure, there's like a stud there that we can mount those greasing parts. So that's how it's mounted onto this one. And then this one, there's a stud actually inside here. Zoom up a little bit. So there's a stud actually behind that piece back there, around that area. So it's not in the same spot. So that's why I had to create something to offset it, and also create the same distance coming out, because I didn't want too deep. Sorry, got moved out here. I didn't want it too deep in, because I still wanted to push it out, but not too much. It can't exceed the treads. So I think this is about right, like how much it got pushed out. And the way to do that was, let's see, it's better like this, maybe. On the back, actually, sorry, I need to take a look at this again. Oh, I messed up a little bit. It should have been more like this. Okay. I don't know why, you don't necessarily have to go with a piece like this on here, but I think I got this just for whatever reason. It just seemed to fit, and it adds a little bit of greaving on the inside here, I guess. But you just need a stud piece that's like about this size, and it's mainly to push it out from the back inside wall out, and then you got pieces like, I don't know what you call this, but it's mounted here, you can see, and then these pieces here are stuck here and it's angled up, and so that would just fit right on the back behind there. You can see that. And then this one, to offset it, because it's made differently here, I have to put one single round stud in the back. It's a pretty tight fit to clear the bottom tread, but you just angle these things just the right way, it'll clear it. And then I use two of these, but one in gray just to give it some color. And then I wanted to add some texture in the background, even though it's hidden in the back, but you can still make it out. To push these guys forward, and then I use the same technique as basically here, right, to just put like a black one here and then put two of these and angle it basically like that, and then it'll mount to inside there like that. And that's how you you get this kind of you know, detail there, and you can see why I added the studs the way I did. So then you can see how it gets pushed out the same distance from the back here to, you know, the front pieces right down here where my thumb is, right? This is basically the same distance. So that's how that works. And then what I basically did was mirror this on the opposite side, of course, you know. Just imagine it mirrored, right? This would be, you know, that, and you know what I'm talking about. I don't need to show it to you, but just repeat the same thing, just kind of mirror it, and it should work the same way on the other side. And that's basically it. Yeah, it was pretty easy because I already basically did the mods because I had enough parts to just and the right color parts to do the back ones first, and then I was trying to figure out the front because they needed the special thing to just push it out differently, as you can see here. But I just played around with it, and I kind of figured out how it would work, and it fits like that. And I think overall that looks pretty good. Definitely better than it was. I think again there was just not enough going on in there, and this adds the right amount of detail that should be there, like these struts, shocks that are in this part of the tank. And it doesn't really have these rounded parts, you know, this kind of shape here. It really goes straight out like that, and it kind of looks like it kind of goes behind the wheels or something. I don't know. It's all made up, and you know, it's just drawn in or whatever. But you know, that's the idea. So I don't think that matters that this, you know, looks like this. I think it just again adds some extra detail, and it kind of makes it look mechanically like it actually does something, having these round parts instead of it just being straight, like little bars or tubes, you know, going out like that. And again, you can see this. Yeah, I mean, just the way it's attached here, it just makes sense that yeah, that I can't angle. If I try to straighten this down, it'll actually probably have less clearance. So this is the best I can do here. But I think overall it still sells and does the part. Now what I'm waiting for is a new set of these wheels here. They don't need to be in black. I'll probably make them. I got them in several colors, but it's likely they'll probably dark the light blue gray color in here, because these will be basically, I might switch these to I'm likely to switch these to a dark blue gray, if not maybe a silver, but mostly dark blue gray, like up here. I think that'll be there, and then this will be lighter, and I think that'll look better. It'll give the impressions of the treads, you know, but it'll be lighter so you can see more of that detail, especially, you know, the way these treads are designed, kind of like I always say, claw-like. You see it. On the actual tank itself, it shouldn't be this pointed. There are like two of them, something like this, but they're more just straight cut on the front. But I don't think Lego has anything that's like this. That's just flat like that, and it's all right. This actually comes across looking visually overall looks pretty correct. You know, the effect. Even though this should be flatter, but that's fine. And I'm just debating what to do. I was going to potentially switch this to, you know, maybe I will. I first got the light sand color to match these, but then this dark blue gray works. But then I like this dark sand color. I think, or is it dark tan? This one here, I think I might use that on here instead, potentially. So we'll see. I'll think about it. I may switch that out later. This should be, you know, it shouldn't be straight light gray like it was before. This should be right, but this may be too much tan back here, because really what goes in back here should be more like, it should be mostly gray, but then, well, not mostly gray, but it should be the yellow or tan part of the circle. It should be just within this, a little bit smaller. And there's no piece that I can make that I have that says pieces. So either I gotta find a decal or you know, sometimes use like custom cut some vinyl adhesive, you know, find something that's kind of this color or light yellow or something like that, and then just cut out a circle and maybe stick it on here and then add some details to that. It basically just needs like a black line or so going right through it. I mean, it'd be nice if I could outline it too, but that will be a little bit trickier. But I am debating whether I want to put this back on and then try to get a adhesive vinyl with the right color to use on here. I think that detail would look better, to tell you the truth. It's a little bit not quite right. Even if I add the black line here, I think that just too much. It needs to be a little bit more gray around the outside, and it shouldn't be just tan or yellow, light yellow or yellow in the middle all the way to the edge like this. So I need to, yeah, I'll see if I can find some vinyl to cut and experiment. I'll put on here and play with it, and if it works, then I swap that back out for that. I think that will make it look better. I'm gonna probably need to add some adhesive vinyl anyways to some details. I think luckily I already cut out some strips of black, which I think I could use to outline the edge here. That should be pretty easy. Just lay it on here and just get an X-Acto to trim off the ends, and it'll just be a pretty good match like that. And that's it. I think it's looking pretty good. We're coming along, so we'll see. Hopefully I'll get, I think these have this and these pieces are from AliExpress, but I do believe they cleared customs overseas, and I think they're in transit, so I hope to get them before the end of next week so I can finish this off and call it done. But yeah, it's been pretty fun. Oh yeah, don't have to, but I do sometimes feel I need to add those 3 dots on this portion here. Don't know what it is. It's just like, again, it is on here. You can see right there, maybe not that big. I think I've seen them a little bit smaller, but something like that kind of detail back there on in these kind of rounded pieces here. I just got to figure out how I'm going to do that. I don't really want to, I'm not going to try to cut out tiny little circles, and I don't have like a Cricut, you know, like a digital thing to cut, you know, custom cut out more precise shapes with a, you know, like it's basically like a machine or printer almost, but for cutting vinyl, right? If I should get one of those. I do enough of these kind of custom projects where I need some specific shapes that could really help. Like I gotta do a triangle here too, kind of like this, either in yellow or I think I've seen it in a red or orange. And yeah, that would really make things a lot easier if I had a way to custom cut the vinyl out, and that would be, you know, nicely even. And I can do it in Illustrator, probably export the vector files, and bam, just cut and then just stick them on there, and that'll do a lot to just enhance this. There's little touches here and there, so it doesn't look too plain and somewhat generic, you know. Just those fine little bits, and it'll look so cool. Anyways, that's it so far. I know it's kind of long just to explain these things, but I think that matters, you know. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Guess look for, this is part 3, so look for whatever I do for part 4. Probably the treads is likely the next thing, and the wheels. Hopefully that all comes in next week.